All right, we are now recording. Thank you all for being on the team. Welcome to our weekly Team Achieve call. I get on here and ramble, but not so much today because we have a guest speaker. Hopefully you guys take some notes down, and we all see some crazy success off of it, right? So today, moving into the recognition, which is now becoming my favorite part because most of you know I've been signed up as a coach for 5 years, but I did not actually start building this thing and treating it like a business until about a year and a half ago. And from there, it was all about me. I was focusing on myself until I hit diamond rank, and I started to realize it's not just about me. It's about us as a team. It's about me developing into a leader and helping you guys. So that's where my mindset switched, and I've never had much to read off for recognition because I just wasn't doing what it took to build an actual team. So now that I'm able to have a list of recognition, it's awesome. So congratulations to everybody on the team because there is success coming this year. Like we said in January, this is the year that Team Achieve blows up and we get on the radar. So moving forward, I pretty much put this in order of Success Club points. There are people who were making some sales, and I can see all that stuff in the back office in my view. So congratulations to everybody. I know you guys are out there getting out of your comfort zone and making it happen. Starting off at the top with Kaylee, who is this close.
I know.
Success Club 9. That is amazing for your second month being in the business. Now, for those of you that don't know, maybe you're new to the business, if you sign up as a coach and you, right out of the gate, hit Success Club 5, for 3 months in a row, your first 3 months, you get a free ticket to Summit, which is our biggest event of the whole year. There's about 10,000 of us that show up at this event down in Vegas in June. And keep in mind, I'm going to use Kaylee as an example. Kaylee, you signed up in January, right?
Yeah, January.
Okay, so when you sign up, those first 3 months, let's say you sign up in the middle of January, you have February counting as your first month too. So if you sign up in the middle of the month, you don't have to think, oh crap, I only have 2 weeks to get that first month. You have that whole extra month to get it. So technically, Kaylee's situation, she has both January and February to get month 1. And then it would be March and April for her next 2 months. So keep that in mind if you're a newer coach, you want to get to Summit. I cannot stress enough how much I beat myself up for not going to Summit my first year being signed up. It took me 2 years to finally just say, I might go check this thing out. And literally was a game changer for me. That's when I got to experience what Beachbody is about. And it's not just some little online shop thing where you sell some products. You get to see what Beachbody does for people. Seeing those $100,000 winners on stage that have lost like 250 pounds, it is nuts and incredible. So I highly recommend everybody get to Summit. And if you're a newer coach, strive to get Success Club 5. Hey, that's a good one. Somebody write that down. Strive for 5. I'm going to quote that and copyright it. I love it. That's a Team Achieve quote right there. So strive for 5 for your first 3 months, and you get a free ticket to Summit. Kaylee, thanks for writing that down. So Kaylee's at Success Club 9. She's 1 point away from Success Club 10. I have no doubt in my mind with 2 weeks left in the month that she's going to nail it. And for only your second month, that's going to be a team record, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is going to be a team record for Success Club 10, the quickest. And Kaylee also has 235 volume points from customer sales within the last 4 weeks, which is awesome. Moving down the list, we have none other than Coach Phil, our friend from the North, our Canadian coach. He is at Success Club 7 with 673 volume points. Phil's a prime example of starting out strong right out of the gate. And Phil earned that free ticket to Summit. He got Success Club 5 for his first 3 months in a row. And it's just awesome to be able to see somebody sign up who has the drive and the passion to just make this thing happen with no excuses. Moving on, we have Dawn at Success Club 2 with 180 customer volume points. And our newest Emerald coach, if you did not see my post in like 5 different groups about it, because I personally know Dawn. She lives not too far from me. We live pretty much within a mile of each other for about, 8 or 9 months, and then I moved away and she was kind of mad about it. So Dawn, I've been able to see personally go as a very shy hermit coming to my fit club to progressing into my challenge groups, to progressing into a leader, to finally signing up as a discount coach. But secretly, she was researching the crap out of this business, and she saw what I was doing, and she stepped up as a leader, and she's making it happen this year. So congratulations again to Dawn for hitting Emerald. And then next on the list, one of our new faces, Lucy. We have Success Club 2 and 35 customer points. The fact that you have gotten Success Club anything your first month, I mean, crap, you hit that, what, your first day?
Yeah, that didn't really count, though. She was like one of my best friends.
Hey, 90% of your business is going to be built by people you probably know.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it was your mom, your dog. It's Success Club point. Doesn't matter if it's somebody that you just met or if it's a family member. It's a point. So the fact that you got that is awesome. You just keep moving forward with it, and it does get bigger and bigger and bigger. Then we have Chelsea at Success Club 1 with 130 volume points, which I believe she just got that yesterday. So congratulations on the Shakeology HD sale. And then I'm going to start sharing my stats because most of you know me by now. I don't brag about numbers at all. But I want you guys to know I'm not just somebody who has been signed up for 5 years and I have this huge organization and network of people, because I don't. I still have to be in the trenches just like everyone else on the team. I still have to talk to people on a daily basis. I'm building this the exact same way that you guys did. I have now hit Success Club 10 and I have 3,100 volume points from customer sales. And that does not come automatically for me. I have to bust my ass every single day to get out of my comfort zone and talk to people. Just like I have to practice what I preach, basically. I don't get up here and just do these videos and say, oh yeah, just go do this. And then I sit back, have a beer, and I watch TV all night. I'm out here just like you guys are in the trenches, our little troop team. So aside from that, I just want to start sharing those stats because I want it to motivate you guys more than anything, to show you guys that I'm a normal human being just like anyone else. A year ago, I was exactly where you guys are. A year ago, January is where I said, you know what, I'm going to try to get Success Club 5 every single month this year. And well, originally I just wanted the 9 months for that free trip, which I did get. And I got 12 months, 13 months, and now 14 months in a row. So the fact that it's gotten to be like that is still nuts for me to say out loud, because I remember sitting in that chair watching the video on the cruise thinking, wow, that would be really cool. I'm going to do that. And I made it happen because I stayed consistent, which brings me into our topic today, which is consistency. Consistency is hands down, I'd say I need to come up with like my top 3 key topics or something like that. Come up with a video series, because I'd say this is close to number 1. Number 1 is passion more than anything. You have to have heart and drive and belief and passion for this stuff. If you don't, you're going to crash. You're going to burn hard. So if you don't have passion for it, it's not going to happen. But I'm not going into that right now because I can ramble on for hours about passion. People who know me personally, they know I'm a very passionate guy right now. So number 2, I'm going to say is consistency, because you can know all of the detailed marketing. You can know all of the best resources. You can go to all the trainings. You can listen to all the calls and take all the notes. That's all going to be worthless if you are not doing this stuff consistently. Just like I said a few minutes ago, I am in the trenches doing this business right along with you guys. I have to stay consistent, because the second I take my foot off the brake, I have to readjust and get the gas pedal going again. It's just like pushing a boulder. I've been using this reference a lot lately because it's so true. If you are building this business, or if you're on a weight loss journey, it all ties in together, guys. So I've been using the boulder reference because it's like pushing a giant boulder. You start to push that boulder, it takes a lot of work and force right up front to get it rolling.
Sorry.
He or she?
It's a boy.
What's his name?
Eric.
Eric. He is a cutie.
He was getting mad.
Do what you got to do. So if you're pushing this boulder, guys, it takes a lot of force right up front. You have to put in the work up front before you see any type of payoff. You were, Lucy, I'm going to use you as an example. This is why I say for the fact that you signed up and that same day you got a sale already, that blows me away. I should take a screenshot. I literally did not sell one item for months. I was signed up for months.
Okay, because I'm not like I guess I woke up today and I was really frustrated because I felt like I was spending all this time talking to people, and then they'll just be like, "Oh, okay, well, thanks anyway. I'll just do something else." I'm like, "What the hell? Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong."
Yeah. And no, you're not doing a single thing wrong. I can tell you right now. If I were to tell you, out of 10 people you talk to, you're going to get 9 no's. Would you want to go through those 9 no's quicker to get that yes?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Keep talking to people. That's my biggest tip. And that's why I'm talking about consistency today, because consistency is the biggest driving force in your business. And I saw a total change from my first 4 years being signed up as a coach to this last year. I actually just got my 1099. I almost on the dot doubled my income. Not because I started doing anything different or strategic. All I did was I started challenge groups. I started ramping up my fit club, and I did it every single month. I talked to, in the last year, wouldn't it surprise me if my numbers were in the thousands of people between online and in person. I've talked to a lot of people. You look at the top 10 coaches, they talk to thousands of people per year. Consistency is what drives the business. So with that, in talking about Fit Club, I had a Fit Clubber walk in one day. She was scared shitless. I can see it on her face. She's on this call today. She's going to be our guest speaker, but I wanted her to be on here because she is the absolute just dictionary definition of consistency, because she watched what I was doing last year. She started being consistent herself, and now she's making it happen. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on our very own Coach Dawn. So Dawn, if you want to go ahead and take it away, it is all you.
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the beginning, because I think that really I am proof that you never know who's watching you or who's going to pick up on it or who's going to come join you. Because, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I have never been an extremely overweight person, but before I joined this whole journey, I was an extremely unhealthy person. And my diet was atrocious. You don't even want to know what I ate or how many calories I ate. But I happened to see this Fit Club ad one day, and I thought, okay, I'm 33 years old. I'm going to go check this out. But at 33 years old, I couldn't go check it out on my own. I needed my mom to come with me. So I called my mom and I convinced her to come, and we went and checked out this Fit Club. That was Charles's. So, like he said, I was scared shitless. My mom is like a social butterfly, so she wasn't. But here we are in this Fit Club thinking, oh my God, I'm going to work out, because I don't work out. I don't eat good. I don't work out. I only joke about working out. And so we went into the corner of the room and hid behind everybody and did the workout and looked ridiculous. But we did it. And I think that at that point I thought, okay, well, this was kind of fun. This guy's really nice. I'm going to keep doing it. So we continued to go to this Fit Club, and Charles got to know me and kind of took me under his wing and got to know me and got to know about my life and where I was health-wise, which was nowhere. And so that right there is proof that you never know who's watching and who's going to join you. From there, I think the first time that Charles asked me, well, he said, you're a good candidate for one of my challenges. And I thought, no, I'm not. Because besides never working out, I didn't talk to people. I do now. At the time, I didn't have very many friends. I didn't go out very often. Social situations scared the crap out of me. And so I lived this life of kind of just hiding out in my house. And I live in the boonies, so it's not like I have neighbors. So I would just kind of hide in my house and raise my 2 kids. At the same time, I have a husband who's very outgoing and very friendly, the life of the party. And he has this wife who's the total opposite, who doesn't want to do anything because I'm scared of everything. So when January was a time when Charles asked me to be in his challenge group, and at first I shut it down, and then eventually I joined it. From joining that challenge group, that very first month, Charles had given me a challenge of signing up for this mud run. And I sat there and thought, oh my God, hell no, I don't do this. And I sat there for about a minute and said to myself, if I don't do this, if I don't sign up like right now, I'm not going to do it. So in that moment, I made the choice to sign up for it. And I made the choice to change. And it was either going to happen then or it was never going to happen. So I made the decision that I was just going to listen to Charles, and whatever Charles told me to do, I was going to do, whether it scared me or not. And when I made that decision, it changed everything. I just did what he said, whether I wanted to or not, whether it scared the shit out of me. Sorry about the language. I just did.
People know me by now. I don't care about language. They're sentence enhancers.
There you go. So I was his client. I didn't sign on to be a Beachbody coach for a few months, and my nature, and it comes with skepticism. I'm the biggest skeptic. So I was enjoying being in his challenges, and I was enjoying the way that I was changing, but I didn't ask him a lot of questions. At that point, I was still afraid to just kind of say what was on my mind and ask things that I was thinking. So I was watching Charles, but behind him, I was Googling Beachbody, and I was reading every article I could read, and I was reading all these other coaches about Beachbody. So I was learning the background. And when March came, I was hooked on Shakeology. The discount sounded great to me. I actually went to his house, and we signed me up as a coach, as a discount coach. And he says he knew. I don't know. I knew in my head that I was probably going to run with this, but I wasn't ready to say it yet. So when I signed on as a coach, I did sign up for the discount, and I wasn't like gung-ho, hell yeah, I'm going to coach. I'm going to do this, because I still had that skeptic in the back of my head, which holds you back, guys. So I became a coach, and I just still kind of watched, and June came around, and I hadn't done anything with, and Charles was about to kick me out of his challenge groups. And I cried.
You
I
still
thought,
need to let that go, by the way.
I let it go. I'm good now. But at the time, I went.
Let me butt in here real quick. She says kick out. But at this point, she had been in my challenge groups for I don't even know how many months. And I said, it's time for you to step up as a leader, and I want you to host your own challenge group. But I said you can still stay in mine. But at the time, she thought I meant just you're done, kicked out.
Get out of my story. Anyways, I actually did. I turned off the lights because I didn't want my husband to see me cry and think, what the hell? Because at this point, I hadn't really even told my husband what I was doing. I have a great husband. He would support anything. But at that point, I was still like scared to actually open up and share. So I turned off the lights in the living room, and I cried because I was getting kicked out. And I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I had to realize that Charles wasn't kicking me out, that he was basically telling me, you've learned from me, because he knows that I was learning from him, and it was time to spread my wings. So I had to kind of get a grasp on that and think, okay, I can do this. I didn't actually do it until September came around. By the time September came around, I had built my self-esteem enough, and I had built my belief in myself that I was ready to lead my own group and not feel like I was just getting kicked out and didn't know what the heck I was going to do. I think it was the end of August, Charles wrote me and said, I know what your next step is. And I thought, okay, what's my next step, Charles? And he wrote Fit Club. And at first it was like, oh my God, what? But going along with, I'm just going to do what Charles says, and I'm going to do this. Going from a person that just stays in their house and doesn't talk to anybody, doesn't work out, like, oh my God, get in front of people and work out? Really? Really, Charles? This is what you think I should do? But I thought, okay. I said I was just going to do what he said. And that weekend, I started talking to people about where I could hold a Fit Club. And so I know that to build the business, you have to talk to people. And from my stance, I started with a Facebook of maybe 30 very close friends. I didn't have a huge amount of people to talk to. I didn't have an audience. So a Fit Club would make sense if I was actually going to get out of my head and talk to people. So I had to, it took me a good 2 months. I had to talk to a lot of people, and I had to go through a lot of phone calls and chains of people and talk to this one and talk to that one. I had to go through a lot to find a place for Fit Club. It wasn't easy. It wasn't very fun. But eventually I got a location, and it's kind of just like a snowball. You just have to run with it. You have a location. Oh my God, you have to do this. So I started my fit club, and Charles let me do the warm-ups in his fit club to kind of get used to it. And right before I started mine, Charles wasn't going to be at his fit club, and he actually was going to have his wife host it. And I thought, okay, well, if you're going to step up into this leadership, if you're going to be the leader, you need to step up. And my old self would have never even asked to host that fit club. But I looked at Charles and was like, wait a second, why don't you have me do it? And I did it, and it was scary as hell. But I just kind of went up front, and I pretended nobody was behind me watching me, and I just did it and proved to myself that I could do it.
How many people were there that night?
I don't remember. There was quite a few.
I had a larger fit club at that time. We probably had 20.
Yeah, there was quite a few.
Anywhere from 20 to 30 was the average.
And I left there crying. I left there texting Charles that I just rocked it. And I was crying because it was like it was this huge thing, and my old self would not have done any of that. So between doing that fit club and starting my own fit club, that's when I realized, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can talk to people. I can get out. So now I've been successfully running my fit club since November, and it goes back and forth. It's all not cakewalks. I've had up to 13 people, and I've had only one person, which was a little bit awkward. A new person coming to my fit club, and it was just me and her. But guess what? I did it. And when you're forced into that situation, you are forced to be that leader. I haven't this year been a leader the entire year. Eventually, I stepped into it, and there's days where I don't feel like I'm that leader. But I don't give off that vibe to people. Charles has said it before, you fake it till you make it. If you don't feel like it, fake it. You can fake it. They won't know your insecurities that you're feeling inside if you just do it. And the doing it is what turns you into that leader. The more you do it, the more practice you get, the easier it gets. On the flip side, it's not always easy, and it can get very, very discouraging. But I've seen people come in and give it a month and say, oh, nothing happened, and give up. And I think, oh, what a waste that was. Because if I had given up at any point over this last year, I wouldn't have the customers that I do have now, because there's people that are watching me that have maybe kind of talked to me about it in June and didn't do anything. And now they've come around and thought, okay, I've been watching her. She's doing it. This actually works. Maybe I'm interested in this. And now they're coming to me. So there's people that are lucky and just hit it right off the bat, but then maybe next month you're getting nothing. And so you think, oh shit, how am I going to make this work? I'm going to quit. If you quit on yourself now, then you won't see all the work that you've put in, like, become fruitful. So I lost my track.
Welcome to my world.
No kidding. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, Charles, what happened? Anyway, so this whole year for me has been incredibly amazing, and I think that I'm pretty darn lucky that I watched Charles January to now, because I watched him when he decided to take this on. When he signed me up, I didn't really know what I was getting into until I got further into it, but I was able to watch him make his entire transformation. And so I was able to see that somebody just like me, younger than me because I'm old, but was able to kind of just take this and go with it. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm being distracted. What else do you need me to talk about? Where else?
I think you pretty much nailed it. I wanted to bring Dawn on today specifically because I wanted to talk about consistency, because like I said earlier, that was the biggest driving force that got me to where I'm at today. Numbers wise, I doubled my income in a year. That's nuts. What corporate job can you go to and ask them, oh, by the way, in a year, can you double my salary? Good luck with that. We are in a business. Time
you're helping yourself and you're helping so many people. It's not a crappy job. You're not selling candles. You're not selling Girl Scout cookies. You're selling because you're making a business, but you're helping people. And that's what's awesome. I think for me, Like I said, I was never like obese. I was never huge. When I first started Charles's Fit Club, I lost 13 pounds, and that got me down to where I want to be. But I was weak. I was so weak. And I went to Charles's house a few times for some training sessions. Couldn't do a pull-up.
I just remembered the push-up.
Like seriously, I couldn't do a push-up. I remember that now.
We did a workout at Fit Club. Yeah, we did a workout at Fit Club, and I remember I do the workout with them, and then I'll go around a couple times and check form and help people. I remember specifically walking up to Dawn, and we were doing push-ups, and she was going down about this far. She was like, Charles, you don't understand. I can't do a push-up. I said, bullshit. Work on it. You can do it. And guess what? She's busting out.
You have to find your angle too, because I don't have these awesome before and after pictures that I can show anybody, because I was never big. But for me, and be unhealthy. So that's the angle that I have to come at, because if somebody were to ask me, well, do you have before and after pictures? I want to see those. Well, sure, but people have said to me, oh, I feel so sorry for you. And I've gotten that condescending voice, and it's like, you don't understand who I was. So Beachbody has done something completely amazing for me that is more than just losing the weight before and after. So you have to find your angle so that you can find your audience. You're not going to hit everybody. So that was a big thing for me. And that another big thing for me that I mentioned on was the getting discouraged. I used to compare myself to everybody. And like right now, Kaylee, I'm going to use you as an example. If I compared myself to Kaylee right now, like say 6 months ago, I would have totally been discouraged. I would have been in a bad mood. I would have totally sunk back inside myself, because I would have thought, oh my God, she's doing so great. And I'm trying and trying and trying. You can't compare yourself to other people, because we're just in different places and we've talked to different people. You just have to do it. You have to know that you're talking to people and that it eventually is going to come around to you if you're being consistent and you're out there. There's months that you're going to have good months, and there's months that you're going to have bad months. If you let that discouragement sink in, it works against you. I'm telling you that. I think that my skeptic mind and letting that in held me back for months, and it may be why it takes longer to get here. It took me a while to really get a grasp on that and not do that to myself anymore. So I don't. I take it as inspiration and encouragement now, rather than flip it to, God, why is it happening for her, not me? I use it and think, man, because Kaylee has inspired me incredibly just over the last few months of knowing her in the challenge groups. And so instead of being discouraged by that, I have flipped it and let it push me. So you kind of have to, it's a whole kind of game. I mean, for me, it's a head game. You have to just kind of be positive and keep going with the positive, and do not let the negative come in, because there's going to be good months and you're going to be so happy. And then there's going to be a month where a return happens and you check your back office and you're like, oh crap. So the mood swings with this business can be awful if you let them be. So I'm telling you, don't let them be.
That's awesome. I'm glad you brought up discouragement, because I'll share, I think one of the biggest factors, aside from me just not having self-confidence and not believing in myself as a leader for my first 3.5, 4 years of being a coach, I truly believe one of the biggest factors why I did not have any success, or very little, was number one, I wasn't being consistent, but number two, I actually compared myself to Jason, who is our upline coach. Long story short, I was Jason's very first coach he ever signed up 5 years ago. We signed up within a month of each other. He signed up, believe it or not, he was getting ready to quit the business because he didn't make any sales. He didn't sign up any coaches, and he wanted to make money online, and he used Beachbody as that first vehicle, and he was getting ready to drop it and move on to something else. I came around, I found him on YouTube, and I said, hey, dude, I saw your P90X videos. I just finished. This is awesome. And he said, hey, you want to coach? And we teamed up and went from there. So Jason was getting ready to quit, and we signed up within a month of each other. 5 years down the road, Jason is easily hitting six figures. He made his first $100,000 in a year last year. I'm not close to that yet. And I spent the first 3.5, 4 years watching Jason's income go friggin' soaring. And granted, I was still doing massage therapy full time, and I was not putting in as much effort as Jason was. Jason quit his job at Red Robin because he broke even at $300 a week. That's what he needed to replace his income. He quit Red Robin. He went full force with it, 110%. And I compared myself to that forever because we signed up within a month of each other, and yet he was making 4 times as much as I was. Why? I compared myself and always asked why. Why is he making more than I am? Why is he doing this much better? And I finally reached a point, like Dawn said, where I just said, wait, okay, I need to change my thinking. Instead of asking, why is he doing so much better? Why can't I be there? What's holding me back? And that's when I realized I wasn't being consistent. I was using my massage job as an excuse. I was putting in full-time work like anyone else does, but I was working Beachbody part-time until my income was able to replace it with Beachbody. And then I fired that job, guys. I've been 100% Beachbody and running my own massage business since July. And it all came from that consistency and the discouragement. I mean, there were times that, I've talked to Jason about this before. There were times where I almost quit. Imagine if I wasn't here. I don't know if you guys would be here either. You may have stumbled upon Beachbody in a different way, but I almost quit at times just because I got so damn discouraged of being signed up with Beachbody for 3 years and I was making $50 a week. I got so pissed off every week when I went to check my back office on Thursday morning to see how much I made. I was so excited. $49.99, maybe $0 some weeks. Literally, I have posted my numbers in the team group in the past, and I'll do them again if I need to. But I didn't make a damn sale for months, probably 4 or 5 months before I saw my first $30 commission. And even from there, my commission stayed within $30 to $80. For kid you not, about 2 to 3 years. I had spikes of maybe $100 or $200 in a week, but I never made more than $30 to $80. I stayed in that range for years because I was not staying consistent with anything. I was the type of coach that, it's just like challengers and weight loss. We see these challengers that come in and they're like, okay, I just bought P90X3 or Insanity, whatever it is. They're like, okay, I bought this. I'm excited. It's week 1. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to be your best success story. I'm going to get an awesome after picture. We've heard all the bullshit before.
And then week 2 comes.
Yeah, week 2 comes. Exactly. And then all of a sudden it's like, dude, where'd you go? I haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. It's the same thing with coaching. You can't show up and say, I'm super motivated. Here's my why. I'm ready to do this. And then 2 weeks down the road, you go MIA.
There's 2 things that happen. People don't take you seriously,
Yep.
And you have to start all over again when you get that high again.
Exactly. Guess what? You push that boulder and you get it rolling, it gets easier. You have to keep pushing. But guess what? If you put the brakes on, it rolls back and you have to put that force back in again. You don't want to have to keep restarting. So if you're sick and tired of stopping and restarting, then just keep going. You don't have to go 110%. You can go at 30% throttle. Just keep your foot on the gas pedal. Don't let up. That's the biggest thing that made a difference with me was, 1, I just stopped comparing myself to Jason. And number 2, I just started staying consistent with my challenge groups and my fit club. Every single freaking month, I don't care if 1 person showed up. I don't care if 50 people showed up. It gets bigger and better every single year. You're going to fail. You're going to struggle. Just keep moving forward. It doesn't matter if you talk to 1,000 people and 999 say no. You got 1 yes. Okay, awesome. Keep doing it year after year after year. Because imagine you go into a job interview, right? And they say, if you give us 110% of your energy and effort and consistency, we'll pay you $100,000 a year. Who would not sign up for that? Guess what? You can do that with this. Shit, you can do it in under 5 years. I've seen coaches like Lindsay Matway who went from what was it? Her first 2 years, she got to be a superstar diamond coach making 6 figures. And now she was a top coach of last year. She was in the top 10 the year before that. And guess what? She did not even have an upline. You guys have these team calls and myself and your coaches to plug into. Lindsay did not have that. She signed up and her coach that signed her up went MIA forever. Lindsay started from ground floor, no support, and now she's top coach of the entire year out of 150,000 coaches. That is nuts. What's your excuse? Ask yourself that. Because my excuse was I was comparing myself to other people. I was not being consistent. Those 2 things, just like Dawn said. You're going to get discouraged, but you just have to suck it up and keep moving forward. And you're going to hit the point where, you know, if challenge groups are your niche, challenge groups are my thing. That's what I do now. That's how I drive my Success Club points. That's how I get people results, is through challenge groups. My first challenge, I hosted a free one back in December 2012. I had, I don't know, like 30, 40 people show up to it. And there was only like 5 people that were active because it was free, and I didn't really do a whole lot with it. I didn't lead by example. I wasn't there supporting them. I just said, hey, let's do this group. And I just left everyone kind of like, okay, shit, what do we do? And I started leading by example in January, February, March, April, etc. There were some months I literally had 5 challengers. And there were some months where I had up to 30. And guess what? Because I stayed consistent, December 2013, P90X3 launched. And because of that entire year of talking to people and that entire year of being consistent, I was able to pull in Success Club 57. And I have now currently 63 people in my P90X3 group.
That's amazing.
That's what happens when you stay consistent. You may be getting all those no's right now, but guess what? Down the road, they may come back and say, you know what, I'm ready. Let's do this. And that can be your next superstar coach. You never know. You just have to stay consistent. And I'm going to say consistent 1,000 times because that's the number one thing that will push you to where you need to be. Especially right now in something like this where we're in the middle of a Team Cup challenge right now. A lot of us are on that team. Shout out to Coach Amanda and Tom for stepping up as leaders of teams. We're here to lead by example, guys. We need to step up. We need to be talking to people. We need to be practicing what we preach. You know, this goes for the entire team. That's why I do these calls every single week. And I've been doing them for what, like 4 months now? We have over 20 of these videos up on YouTube because of me just getting on here and rambling every week. But I started doing these because, you know, a lot of people think I started doing them mainly because I want to help other people and just give away my advice, which I do, don't get me wrong. But I needed to step up into the leadership position fully. So I said the way that I can do that is I need to start doing team calls. I need to put myself up on that leadership pedestal, and I need to just start doing it. You guys know, if you've been with me for a while, I put team calls off probably a year. I told you guys I was going to do team calls every week, and we were going to get on the phone and blah, blah, blah. I didn't do shit. I was not leading by example. I finally just put my foot down and said, you know what? I need to do this. And this is a Tony Robbins video, which I'm going to post in the group after this with this video. And it's shoulds versus musts. If there is something you've been thinking, oh, I should start doing this. I need to start doing this. Stop putting it off and make it a priority. Do it. YouTube videos, blog posts, reaching out to that certain person you've been afraid to reach out to because you're afraid they'll judge you or say no. So what? They say no. Move on. You never know. That may be your next rock star coach or your best transformation from a client you've ever had. Turn those shoulds into musts. Prioritize them. Be consistent with it. That is all I have for you today, guys. I hope I got the consistency thing drilled into your head. I've been signed up for 5 years. If I at any point quit, this team would be non-existent. I would probably still be slaving away at the 5-star spa I was stuck at for 4 years. Being unhappy, doing massage therapy, it jacks up your shoulders. I have a bum shoulder because of that job. I would have had surgery eventually if I kept going with that job. Beachbody literally, I can say, saved my body. It was able to pull me out of that 30 to 40 massages per week, which is nuts, to 5 to 10, which is what I do in my personal business. I'm able to live the life I want to now. I have time freedom to take weekends off. I have every Sunday off with my wife, which I've never had. All because, and a lot of people don't know this, all because 5 years ago, I asked my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, Trista, I asked my girlfriend to borrow $40 for gas money, which wasn't a joke. We borrowed money from each other all the time for gas because we were dirt poor and we were both working at Quiznos. I borrowed $40 gas money to sign up as a coach when Jason brought that up to me. And it's still an inside joke now. Every time I pull in a big week, and I'll share with you guys, December, I hit one of my biggest goals I've ever set for myself, which at the time scared the shit out of me. I made $1,000 in a week. And I don't say that to brag. I don't say that to, you know, oh, look at me. I say that because this is coming from somebody who only made $30 to $80 for years. And I finally hit that big goal. I'm no different than anyone on this call right now. I'm no different than anyone watching the recording. You just have to start turning those shoulds into musts. Just start being consistent with it. So it's funny inside joke now. When I pull in those weeks, I look at Tristan, I'm like, oh, hey, thanks for that $40 gas money, by the way. I started exactly where everyone else is. I start with no money. We still have months where we struggle with money. Don't focus on the money, guys. Focus on helping people, doing your challenge group, starting that fit club if you've been putting it off, and ultimately drop the damn excuses. We all are busy. We all have life happen. There's going to be stuff that comes up where it draws you away from Beachbody. Don't let it put you into a state of paralysis where you just don't do anything for weeks or months at a time. Don't yo-yo with it. Stay consistent. Even if you're going, like I said, 30% on the throttle, keep it at 30% and work up towards that 110%, giving it your all. Aside from that, this has been Coach Chaz. I'm out for the day. Anyone have any questions? Or Dawn, you have anything else to add to that?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Awesome. Dawn, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your story. For the whole team, I want to schedule everyone to come on here and share their story. I don't care if you're new. I want you to share your thoughts on signing up, why you signed up, all that kind of stuff, because I want everyone to get comfortable with sharing their story. Because guess what? When you have potential coaches, they are going to ask you, how much money are you making? Why are you coaching? You have to be prepared to answer these questions. So I want everyone to come up here on the call. You know, we're all family. It's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to scare the crap out of you. But guess what? That's outside the comfort zone, right? That's where the magic happens.
If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Amen to that. I shared that quote with Dawn, like a year ago now, and that's been one of the biggest drivers for her.
It's hanging in my car right now.
Yep, she's never forgot it. So aside from that, just get in touch with me, or I'll get in touch with you, and let's schedule every Wednesday to have somebody come on here and share their story so we can all get comfortable with that. Questions? Thumbs up. Actually, everyone get on video and Dawn, if you can switch to video, that'd be great. I'm going to do everyone smile, and I'm going to do a screenshot so we can all share this.
All right, I'm going to try. You're just going to have to do it because I'll be able to hear you.
You got it. Just get on there and smile. We'll wait for Dawn to get on there. You guys ready to take on this week?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it done.
I need some more coffee. Yay!
I'm sitting in my car.
Big ol' smile. Ready? All right, cool. Got it. I will post that up and tag everybody. Thank you guys for
Hey, guess what? I can still hear you.
Woo! We got both. Inside joke is Dawn lives in the boonies, and she can only ever do video or audio. It's never in sync. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for taking time out of your Wednesday to hop on here. I really appreciate it. It's not only inspiring and helping you guys out, but it actually it gives me more reward than you probably think. For me to be able to sit here and look at faces, it's awesome. And for those of you who don't know on Zoom here, on the upper right hand, you should be able to go to gallery view, and it shows each video that's on here. This is pretty awesome for me to see this many faces on here, because I'm able to get up here and do what I want to do, which is lead people. I want to be on a stage one day. I want to be one of those inspiring speakers. I want to lift people up. I want to bless others. And you guys are allowing me to do that every week. So thank you for making the time to be on this call. Aside from that, check out the recording. I'll post the Tony Robbins video I was referring to. Have a great week. Peace out. It's Kick-Ass Team.
Bye.
Bye.